Hello and welcome to a mask tutorial for Macromedia Flash 8. Macromedia Flash 8 was an older version of what is currently known as Adobe Animate. It was from around 2013. Masks are very special layers used in animation and assets. They are two layers you add by inserting a layer and inserting another layer, right-clicking the top one and clicking Mask. To use masks, you have to learn what these two layers do and how to use them effectively. Starting with the bottom layer. I'll hide the top layer just for the demonstration. The bottom layer is the base. You take wherever you want the mask to go. For example, I want the mask to go right here because I want there to be two colors, yellow and white. This is the original layer, which I would copy and paste, which I already have done, into the bottom layer of the mask. And then you change the color to whatever you want it to be, in this case white. So right now it looks like it's covering up the bottom layer, but it's actually not because there's nothing on the top layer for it to be covering, so it basically doesn't exist at this point. The top layer is an overlay of the mask. This bright red color is what the overlay is accepting. Anything of the bottom and the top layer that overlap is what actually shows when you lock the mask altogether. Without it, this area right here, without the red, doesn't show. Only this red part right here shows. So I will demonstrate that by locking. When you lock it, you can see that it's very clean. It's just wherever the red is what shows because that's where the masks overlap. Anything else is just the original color that was on layer 2 underneath the mask. That's what shows. But anything with the red is what is the bottom layer of the mask is showing. This is used for multiple things, but I mostly use it for assets because it looks very nice and it's not time consuming and it's very simple once you understand it. But there's more functionality to it. Not only can you easily edit it like so, let's say I want it to go all the way across. You can very easily just edit the top layer of the mask and it automatically updates once you lock the top layer and the bottom layer. Boom. I will undo what I just have done. So that's all good, but why would you just do that if you can easily just make the asset without mask? It would save a lot of layers, right? Well, something else you can do with masks is animate them. I'll add these keyframes to demonstrate. Let's say I want this circle to go from the left to the right and then go back. So I will make another set just so I can go back. Here's the first section. I will convert this to a symbol so I can animate it. There. Okay, so it's going to start right here. It's going to go to the right and then it's going to go back. I will just quickly tween it so I don't have to animate it. I will also remove these red parts on the top and bottom. There. Now I'll add the tweening back. So you see it moves back and forth. But how is that useful? Well, when you lock it, you can see it's animating the mask itself. So whatever the red is over is what's going to show. So since it's going back and forth, you just see this white circle go back and forth. This is very good for turning in assets if you want to make your asset dynamically move. It's very good for that. When I go back to my scene and I add some frames, you can see that it actually animates in real time. That way I don't have to constantly be animating it. It does it by itself. So that's what masks are very good for. They're very good for quickly animating and very quickly editing your assets. They do have other applications, but this is the one I find the most useful.